Hey guys, welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast, your daily guide for inner child healing. This podcast helps you establish a consistent reparenting routine, and it's divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading, the second is a discussion of that reading, followed by suggested journal prompts, and the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us. I'm so glad that you could join us here on this journey of self-expansion and growth. If this is your first time, welcome. Now, before we dive in, I'd like to again remind us of the congratulations of passing the 500 episode marker. And as a celebration of that, I've opened up the Patreon community for free membership so that people can join our Zoom calls for free. There are a lot of people struggling out there. There's a lot going on. So I thought this could be a way to provide some help and, to give some thanks for all the support that I've received so far. You can also choose if you'd like to be a paid Patreon member, and that will help me to subsidize some of the costs and expenses that I have for this project. I'm still running this out of my own pocket, so it's about $2,000 to $5,000 a year that it costs me to produce this actually. So I'm not really making money from this. It's something that I'm doing for myself and hopefully to be able to help others. And so I'm coming from a genuine place here. The second thing that I'd like to remind you is that you can also find the Reparenting Daily Journal. You can purchase that on Amazon. It's another way to support the podcast. It's under $20. And it basically allows you to follow along with all of the monthly and weekly themes. It gives you space to keep your notes. And yeah, if you join the team or the Zoom calls, it might be a great way for us to all stay aligned and be working together. The last thing I'd like to give you a head up on is the Fairy Tales for Reparenting Daily series. As I mentioned earlier, I've had some editing issues with that because in the springtime, the end of spring, I did some reworking to structure those into certain themes. So like the beginning, middle, and end of the hero's journey. And in the midst of reorganizing and restructuring the stories and also upgrading the artwork, some of the text is a bit mixed and jumbled all over the place. Sorry about that. When I was in the editing phase for the first time, they did not send the proofread copies to the Netherlands, and so I had to work, around and trying to find a way to get the copy to edit, and it's just been a mess. So basically, that's going to take a little bit longer. I'm going to aim to have that done by the end of the year, but I have burned my eyes, so I am very limited. Excuse me, with what I can do and time I spent on the computer. And so I would have had that done much earlier. I would have liked to have that already done, but here we are. And so in any case, once that's available, again, I'll give you a heads up, but please do hold off on purchasing the Fairy Tales for Reparenting Daily for now. Or Fairy Tales for Reparenting series, not the Fairy Tales for Reparenting Daily. That's it today. So without further ado, let's dive into today's practice. Today's reading is from Mind Tools. It's entitled Mental Toughness. Just as a reminder, we're in October, and the theme is developing resilience and overcoming challenges. We're in week 4, which is October 22nd until the 31st, and the theme for this week is building mental toughness. I'll just read a portion of the article, and you can check out the show notes to read the entire article. Mental toughness is a personality trait. It's not about ignoring your feelings, but working comfortably within them to address and cope with difficult and challenging situations. Mental toughness is beneficial for mental and physical well-being, as well as for your career. With an element of mental toughness is innate, it can be nurtured and developed. When things take an unexpected turn, are you the person who secretly panics inside, or do you take a moment to yourself and get to work? That quality that allows some people to stay calm and focus and adapt is called mental toughness. The ability to control your emotions, stay on task, be flexible in crisis, and maintain your self-confidence. This article will explain mental toughness in detail, why it matters, and how you can access and improve your own. What is mental toughness? Sometimes referred to as grit, mental toughness is actually a cluster of different skills. The first psychology to study and define mental toughness were health psychologists Richard Dinespear, a sports psychologist, and Jim Lower, a sports occupational psychologist. It was Cloud who developed the 4 C's model of mental toughness, breaking the constellation of traits into 4 categories. So control is about being in control of yourself and feeling in control of your life, means you are comfortable in your own skin and can self-regulate your emotions. It also means you believe in your ability to shape events around you rather than have them happen to you. Commitment. This is your ability to set goals and remain focused on achieving them in the face of distractions. Challenge. This is about how driven you are to succeed and your ability to adapt when things change. And confidence. This is your belief not just in your own abilities, but in your ability to communicate with and influence others. Taken together, these 4 elements paint a picture of what it means to be mentally tough. Below there's a short lecture you can also check out. It would be easy to mistake mental toughness for the ability to suppress emotions and hang in there no matter how tough things get. But that couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, one of the most important factors in building mental toughness is emotional intelligence. Learn to recognize, name, and sit with emotions, and understanding how you react to different stimuli. It's also important, while aiming to be resilient, that you also know when to say no, when to make room for rest and avoid burnout. You'd be forgiven for thinking mental toughness is something wholly innate, a quality you're either born with or not, because research says otherwise. While there is some genetic quality to it, people who have come through challenging experiences tend to demonstrate higher levels of mental toughness, suggesting that this is a skill set that can be developed. Thank you. And that's the reading. Today's reading defines mental toughness not as stoicism or emotional numbness, but as a balanced strength, the ability to stay calm, flexible, and focused in the midst of challenge. True mental toughness isn't about pretending you're fine or suppressing your emotions. It's about learning to work within your emotions, to use self-awareness and self-regulation to navigate difficulty without losing your center. The 4 C's, control, commitment, challenge, and confidence, together describe what it means to remain grounded under pressure while still open to learning and growth. Within the broader themes of developing resilience and overcoming challenges, this reading reframes toughness as emotional intelligence in action. Those who are mentally tough don't panic or collapse or retreat when life turns chaotic. Instead, they regulate their inner world, assess what's within their control, and act with purpose. This kind of composure isn't natural. It's trained through repetition, adversity, and reflection. Each time you face difficulty and stay conscious rather than reactive, your inner muscles, you strengthen the inner muscle that creates resilience. You learn that toughness and softness are not opposites, they are partners that make endurance possible. From a reparenting perspective, mental toughness means becoming the calm, stable, grounded parent that your inner child always needed in times of chaos and abuse. It's not about silencing fear or sadness. It's about saying, I'm here. We can feel this and still be okay. Building mental toughness through reparenting is about consistency and emotional safety. Staying with yourself when things get hard rather than abandoning yourself to avoidance, panic, or self-criticism. Each time you breathe through discomfort, you teach your nervous system a new truth, that safety can exist within inside you, even when the world outside feels uncertain. Number 1, how do I respond to unexpected challenges? Do I panic, overthink, numb out, or stay present? What patterns do I notice? Number 2, which of the 4 C's, control, commitment, challenge, or confidence, feels the weakest in me right now? And what would strengthen it look like in my daily life? And number 3, when my inner child feels overwhelmed or afraid, how can I embody mental toughness as a calm, loving inner parent instead of reverting to survival mode? That's it for today. As always, thanks for being here. Take care of yourself, and please do be well. Welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please go ahead and find a space where you can be comfortable and undisturbed, where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Take a moment to simply be with yourself. Focus on your breath and gently connect with each part of your body. If thoughts arise, don't let them overwhelm you. Just observe them without attachment. Imagine them as leaves drifting down atop a river, passing by without needing your engagement. Stay present, grounded, and open to this moment, no matter what time you are listening and practicing this meditation. Namaste.